Hi there. Okay, here we have a letter of complaint for the Cambridge Proficiency exam. So here's the question. You recently took a self-catering holiday in a luxury apartment, but the standard of the accommodation was very poor. The holiday company that you booked with have offered you some vouchers as compensation, but you have decided you would prefer a cash refund instead. Write a letter to the company outlining the problems you experienced with the accommodation and the action that you want to take. Write a letter to the company around 230 to 320 words. So here we go. On 1 October this year, my family and I went on vacation in London. And the hotel, according to your website, should be an elegant place where we can enjoy a genuine experience of leisure and wellness. Okay, so on 1 October this year, my family and I, went on vacation in London. Okay, you've got the verb went. I would say went on vacation to London. Normally it's go to, or you could change it and say were on vacation in London. So either to be in London or to go to London. Either work. I think probably it's better went on vacation to London. It's just better like that. And the hotel, according to your and the hotel, according to your website, should be an elegant place where we can enjoy a genuine experience of leisure and wellness. And the hotel I think I'm going to add the hotel where we stayed. The hotel where we stayed. Sorry. Okay, and the hotel where we stayed, according to your website, should be, would be, was going to be. I think I'm going to use, instead of this should, where we stayed, was an elegant place where we could. This is conditional, where it would be possible. Where we could enjoy a genuine experience of leisure and wellness. Being drawn to such an eye-grabbing and appealing description, we booked the hotel from your company for 1 to 5 October to coincide this experience with the 50th wedding anniversary of my parents. Okay, so first thing to look at to coincide. Where we booked the hotel. We booked the hotel from your company. So, let's see, one thing coincides with another. We booked it to, I think, lose this experience, to coincide with the we booked the hotel from your company to coincide with the 50th wedding anniversary of my parents. Yeah, I think maybe I'd say with my parents' 50th wedding anniversary. It's just shorter, but it's okay. So we booked the hotel from your company to coincide with their wedding anniversary. Being drawn, being drawn, being being drawn to such being drawn. I think this too, being drawn by such an eye-grabbing and appealing description. Let's put an adjective, an adverb, immediately booked the hotel from your company for the 5th to coincide with, I'm with, just shorter, with my parents, whoops, no, with my parents, bear with me 1 second, with my parents, that's last time, yes. Well, with my parents, I'm going to leave it like that rather than keep messing around. With my parents' 50th wedding anniversary. No, and that shouldn't go before, it should go after, because it's my parents plural. With my parents' 50th wedding anniversary. Okay. However, when we arrived, we were rather disappointed with what we found. Good. Despite our great enthusiasm, what welcomed us were pieces of broken glass and furniture. Pieces of broken glass and furniture. So let's try. Let's try to make this read better. It's okay. What welcomed us were pieces of broken glass and furniture. Okay. So let's try. Were shards of broken glass and so shards of glass and broken furniture. A toilet of which the odour was exceedingly difficult to withstand, and a broken, outdated television. Okay. So a toilet. Okay. Of which the odour is this? Of which? So a toilet. A toilet which exuded an unbearable odour. It reads much better. And a broken, out-of-date television. We've got broken and broken here. We need to use another word. So let's try instead of this. And tatty furniture. That's a good word to use. To make matters worse, I like this, it was blindingly obvious that the apartment hadn't been tidied up after the departure of the previous occupants. Okay, so to make matters worse, I really like it. This word blindingly obvious. This is too informal. This word blindingly. Let's see, the formality of your letter is something like 6.5, maybe even a 7. I would say this is a semi-formal writing. Blindingly obvious, this I would probably give a 4 in formality. The tone is not right. It was... So blindingly obvious. Let's try something different. As clear as day that the apartment hadn't been tidied up after the departure of the previous occupant. So tidied up is fine. I think I might use the word serviced as a much more formal word instead of tidied up. Tidied up's not wrong, it's a little bit informal. Imagine our surprise to discover rotten eggs in the refrigerator, the smell of which was beyond description. Good. Enclosed are some photographs which I took of the accommodation. Just so you are in no doubt about the I previously addressed. This is okay. About the aforementioned issues. Okay, aforementioned, above. Yeah, you could say something, the issues above, the aforementioned issues. After noticing such problems, I immediately telephoned your customer hotline, anticipating the arrival of a housekeeper. Okay, so after is good. Notice you've used this word immediately. So, on noticing, because this on is repeating this immediately. On noticing such problems. Such problems. Try this word. Said problems. Aforementioned. On noticing said problems, I immediately telephoned your customer hotline, anticipating the, let's try this word, early arrival of a housekeeper. To my dismay, good phrase, we were asked to wait for 4 hours outside until the room was thoroughly tidied up and disinfected. That's good now that we used service, because you've got tidy up here and you've got two different words. Okay, so we were asked to wait for 4 hours outside. In this case, this outside is better directly after the wait. Yeah, we were asked to wait outside for 4 hours. Okay, it reads, but we wait for 4 hours outside. No, it reads better, wait outside for 4 hours until the room was thoroughly tidied and disinfected. To add insult to injury, the sanitizer was corrosive and highly volatile, causing the bright colours of my mother's new cloths, no, not cloths, to fade, and leaving the whole room with a pervasive smell of disinfectants. So, cloth is just the textile that's used. You make clothes out of a piece of cloth. My mother's new clothes, causing the bright colours of my mother's new clothes to fade, and leaving the whole room with a pervasive smell of disinfectants. We attempted to contact the customer hotline again, but we didn't receive a reception until the 6th of October. So what do you mean by reception? Okay, so we attempted to contact the customer hotline again, but so instead of we didn't receive, we received no reception, no reply until 6th October. We received no reply, or no, maybe response until 6th October. On this occasion, the service at your company, so your company's, that's better, service, whoops, it's just shorter as well. Your company's service as well as the quality of the accommodations left a great deal to be desired. Okay, here accommodation. Normally accommodation in this context I would use as an uncountable, as well as the quality of the accommodation. Yeah, normally at least I use accommodation as an uncountable. Unless you're meaning agreements. During the negotiation, we reached several accommodations, and there I would use it as accountable. But here, when you're talking about somewhere to stay, uncountable. I like this phrase, left a great deal to be desired. I suggest that you amend the brochure description of this apartment so that future guests wouldn't be similarly misguided. I suggest that you amend, I like this structure, that the brochure description okay, so I suggest that you amend the brochure description of this apartment so that future guests, firstly, will not, because this is real, be similarly misguided. I'll look at misguided in a second. So let's make this more interesting and more formal. I suggest that the brochure description of this apartment be amended. Like this, you get to use a passive subjunctive, a present passive subjunctive, and that's showing off your grammar skills, and it adds formality to the letter, so that future guests will not be similarly misguided. Yeah, I guess misguided works. I think I would prefer something stronger, will not be misled. This is by using the word misled, you're accusing them of deception and ripping the customers off. The customer services office manager offered some vouchers as compensation, uncountable, but this is hardly satisfactory. And to resolve this, so you've used issue before, this matter, I would prefer to the same value, a full cash refund. A full cash refund. And okay, so there you answered the question as well. I look forward to hearing from you at your earliest convenience. Yours faithfully, that's good because you don't know the person's name, and XX, okay, with your full name. Okay, so let's see. Let me just check the question. Outline the problems, very definitely, and the action that you want them to take. Yeah, you said I want a full cash refund. Let's see. I would prefer. Okay, so I would prefer a full cash refund, and to resolve this matter. So let me now soup this up, and to resolve this matter amicably, I demand that a full cash refund be given. There's nothing wrong with what you've written. This is just probably a lot stronger, what I've put here. That a full cash refund be given. Okay, so what would I say about this? So answering the question, definitely. I don't think that there's anything that could be said about that. So 8 out of 10. The tone is good. Yeah. Once or twice you've strayed a little bit into the more informal and to phrasal verbs. Be careful with phrasal verbs when you're trying to be more formal. Probably 6.5, maybe 7. The range of grammar used, you've used all sorts of different types of sentences, which is good. I think I'm probably going to give you maybe 7 with that. The range of vocabulary, it's good. For example, eye grabbing. There are certainly good words in here. I think 7. Okay, mistakes. There are certainly a number of little mistakes that, particularly with could and would, I'm thinking about this, would not be misled, and this could at the beginning that you used, or where we can enjoy. Mistakes, overall accuracy, 6. Cohesion, how well does it read? How well does it hold together? It holds together very nicely. I think probably 7.5, something like that, maybe even an 8. So an overall mark, I think, yeah, this is definitely going to pass. I think I probably want to give it something like a 6.5 overall. Yeah. It's quite well written. You need to be a little bit more accurate. You need to watch your tone a little bit more and be careful with trying to get the right modals. So well done.